Hello students, today we are going to see the second lecture on relative velocity. So we are continuing with relative velocity. Okay. Now relative velocity, there are three famous types of questions and two of them is extremely famous. One is called the river and boat problem, another is called the rain and man problem, and the third one is the aircraft and wind problem. So these are all comes under the category of relative velocity. Now, but there is a small difference between this. Generally, I have seen students getting confused. Okay, because the way we do it is same, but it does not appear to be same. Okay, I explain to you as I move on in the entire lecture. And we are going to see today specifically the rain and wind problem, but I will also tell you today the glimpse about the river and boat problem and definitely about the air and wind problem. Those two we can discuss in another class. So relative velocity, as we know the formula, relative velocity formula is your VAB is equal to VA minus VB. Now this one, as we know that this is the velocity of A as seen by B, and this is A. This A and B are the velocities with respect to ground. Okay. Now, the first example which I am going to take is the concept of the rain and man problem. The person is moving and it's raining also. So that is the first area of discussion. Let us start with this concept over here and we will discuss this in detail, but I just give you the glimpse over here. Now consider that the rain is falling down, is dripping down, and you have a man moving in this direction. Okay? This is rain and this is the velocity of the man. So this is the velocity of the rain and this is the velocity of the man. And these two are being seen by a person sitting inside the house or sitting at the ground or seen by someone who is at rest. So the person sitting at rest, what he will see that the rain is falling down, vertically down, and the man is going in this direction. Correct? Obviously the man is walking on the road. Okay. So the velocity of the man as seen by the man is the velocity of the man as felt by the man is the velocity with respect to the ground. And the person who is watching the rain falling downward is also the velocity, and the person who is sitting here and on the ground or at home or at rest will also see that this is also falling down. That is the velocity of the rain. But what will happen to the direction of the rain as seen by this man? Okay? And that we refer to as velocity of the rain with respect to man. And then there is a trick involved in that which we have to find. The formula says velocity of the rain minus the velocity of the man. Okay? And generally, this is the term which we find in this type of question, where the velocity of the rain and velocity of the man is given to you. Then this is the one which we generally find using our concept of relative velocity. Okay? Now, what do we do here? So this is what we find, and we are going to discuss more on this. Now this is man and rain problem. This is man and rain problem. What about a man and river problem? There is a man who wants to swim across the river. Okay? So here also we will first write what is the velocity of the man with respect to river, and that is equal to velocity of the man minus the velocity of the river. Okay? Now, in this case, now this is where we see, let's look at the starting formula. The starting formula is same, right? The starting formula is same, but here the only difference is that doesn't matter whether you're finding M, R or Rn. But in this particular case, remember the medium in which the person is swimming, the medium in which the person is swimming, that is the river, that river itself is having some velocity. Point number 1. Over here, the medium on which the man is walking is earth, which is not moving. So that is the velocity of the man. So we find this. In this type of question, why I am emphasizing on this difference is, in this type of question, the MR is given to you. You don't have to find MR, that is given to you. In most of the questions, it will be given to you. And that will be given to you in two ways. Either they will tell you the velocity of the man with respect to river, or they will say velocity of the man in still river. Still river. It is called as velocity of man in still water or still river. So this is the relative velocity basically, which is generally given to you. So the man, when he is swimming in a river and the river is also flowing, let us say the man always tries to swim in this direction. Let us say the man is trying, this is how the river is flowing, and the man is trying to swim in this direction always. He is trying his best that I am always swimming perpendicular to the flow of river. Now what exactly is happening over here? As seen by someone over here, who is sitting at the bank of the river, what he will see, that the man is trying to swim perpendicular to the river, but hang on, the river itself is also flowing, so ultimately it will end up moving in somewhere, some resultant direction. And this is not seen by this man. This direction is seen by the observer sitting on the ground. A ground observer will see this direction of movement. The man is trying to swim in this direction. This is the velocity of the man with respect to river. That means whatever the river is flowing, I am always trying to swim perpendicular to the river. But he is getting dragged, and the drag is seen by whom? The drag is seen by a person sitting at the ground. So in this type of question, mainly we find this one. That is the velocity of the man with respect to ground. This is where we find the answer. Okay? And if you see over here, Vm, the way we find over here, take this R on that side, and that will become Vmr plus Vr. And same thing happens when a body is moving in with respect to wind. Let us say a kite or an aircraft. Okay, they are moving. The medium is air in which they are moving. And if the medium itself starts flowing, or you can say wind exists in that medium, then we do the same approach. Then the velocity which will be given to you, that will be referred as velocity of the aircraft in still air. That means that is the relative velocity of the aircraft. Okay, and when it is moving and the wind is also existing in air, then it will be dragged in some third direction, and that will be seen by a person sitting at the ground or the air traffic control. Okay, so we will discuss those things step by step, but let us today start with the velocity of the man and rain problem. As I told you, in most of the cases we generally find the velocity of the rain with respect to man. In some of the cases definitely, but the working idea is same. So don't forget this logic over here, that the medium is also moving. Here the medium is ground on which he is walking, so it remains stationary. But the formula is same. The relative velocity formula remains same. So now let's start with the velocity of the man and the rain. This is the formula which we have to use. Now, let us take example number 1. Say that the question says that, let us say that the rain, I will not draw any drops over here, I will just right away draw the rain. Say that the rain is falling vertically down with a velocity of 4 meters per second. And there is a man who is walking, towards, let us say, east. Okay, let us say this is the east. So the man is walking towards east with a velocity of 3 meters per second. I have started with the basic fundamental question. velocities as seen by a ground observer or rest observer. Now the question is, what is the velocity of the rain with respect to the man? Now this is a very common behavior. Whenever it's raining and when you start walking, you always feel that the rain is coming at some inclined angle. Okay, it always falls at an inclined angle. And the good thing is, the more slow you walk, the more vertical it appears to fall. The more faster you walk or you run, the more it makes an inclination. Okay, especially you can see this effect when you are traveling in your car and you are seeing that raindrops through that windshield, and you will find that it's inclined. Okay. Okay. Now let's try to get the answer here. So formula is this. So velocity of Rn is equal to velocity of rain. What is the velocity of the rain? Velocity of the rain is 4. Direction minus j cap. What about this velocity of the man? Velocity of the man is 3 meter per second. That means velocity of the man is 3 meter per second. Where direction? Direction is I cap. And I have told you that if you have to obey the vector addition law, you have to make this plus. So you will write this as 4 minus j cap, make it plus 3 minus I cap. And this is the velocity of the rain with respect to the man. Okay. Now that is equal to velocity of the rain with respect to man. I will draw the diagram now. 4 minus j cap. How will you draw this? This is 4 minus j cap. Okay. Then you have 3 minus I cap. So 3 minus I cap. This is 4 and this is 3, and this becomes the resultant. And see, look at the resultant. The man is walking like this, and look at how the resultant looks like. This is the resultant VR. Okay, clear? This is what I told you in the last class also. There is a there is a trick also, and the trick is to draw this diagram. There is a very clear-cut trick. Clear-cut trick is who is watching whom. This is the velocity of the rain as seen by the man. Who is watching? The man is watching. So whom he watching? He is watching the rain. So what is the trick? The trick is the observer will provide the velocity to the object in the opposite direction, and he becomes stationary. So I will get the same thing using the simplest trick. And the simplest trick is, if this is the velocity of the man in this direction, you provide that velocity to the rain in the opposite direction, and job done. You get the same result. This is your 4, this is your 3. So the trick is, provide the velocity of the observer to the object but in the opposite direction, and you get this resultant right away. Okay. Let's continue here. Say that I want to know this angle theta with the vertical. At what angle with the vertical it is coming? Or as I say, I want to know the angle beta with the horizontal. See, both you can find. Tan theta also you can find. Tan theta, if this is tan theta will be equal to perpendicular is 3, base is 4. So this becomes 3 by 4. What about tan beta? Tan beta is, if they are asking you to find with respect to horizontal, then for tan beta this is perpendicular, this is base. So you can find 4 by 3. How will you find the resultant? Resultant is VR, and resultant will be equal to root over of a square plus b square, or the I component square plus j component square. So you will get this as 4 square plus 3 square, and that is equal to 5 meter per second. Correct? So we got the entire the dynamics of the rain, how it will appear to move. Okay. What else they add in this type of question? And they add very simplest thing. Okay, allow me to rub this part so that I can get another clear diagram over here. Now you can reframe this question over here, and you can just say that, okay, now the person who is walking or running in the rain is also holding an umbrella. So the question is like this, that at what angle he should hold the umbrella so that the raindrops hits perpendicularly on the umbrella. Okay. So if I consider the same question, there is no change at all. So this is my 4 minus j cap, and this is my 3 minus I cap. Okay. And I need a bigger diagram. This is 4 minus, and this is 3 minus, and this is my direction of the velocity of the rain with respect to time. And this is 4 and this is 3. Okay. Now if I have to hold the umbrella so that it hits perpendicularly, that means, sorry, So I'm just holding an umbrella over here like this. Okay. So with the vertical, let us say this is my vertical. So at what angle with the vertical you should hold the umbrella? I don't have to make a designer over here. Just make it straight. So let us say this angle is theta. Now if this angle is theta, this is what the question says. Now use the geometry. If this angle is theta, then this angle will be also theta. Or you can say with the horizontal, this angle will be 90 minus theta. So this angle becomes 90 minus theta. So this angle becomes theta. Okay, and those who are very good in maths, they can right away say that this angle and this angle are same. This angle and this angle are same. Okay. If I draw a line over here, then this angle and this angle are same. You know the why it is same. Correct? Or if you are struggling, I can write this is 90 minus theta. So this angle will be also 90 minus theta, because this line and the horizontal, this line and the horizontal will make the same angle. So this angle has to become theta because this angle is 90. So how will you find theta now? So tan theta will be equal to perpendicular by base, that is equal to 3 divided by 4. And 3 divided by 4, theta is 37 degree. Okay, so that question you can also take here. Now the same question they will ask, let us say with respect to the windshield, that at what angle it is hitting the windshield. Okay, if you are moving and then raindrops are falling, and then at what angle it will hit the windshield. Same thing. So all I have to do is now this. So again, it's just rub this. Reframe the question. Not just put the word windshield. Okay. So if you have taken a note on this and just move this part. So let us say that now I will consider a windshield. Now this is how the car looks like. Car has a windshield like this. So this is how the windshield is. The car's windshield. Let us say the car windshield is making an angle of theta. Okay. I need a bigger diagram. Sorry. So this angle is theta, let us say. Okay, we know that. Now let us say that this is my windshield. This is my windshield. The windshield makes an angle of beta. How will I find at what angle it will hit the windshield? That means I am interested in finding this angle with the vertical or with the horizontal. Say that I want to find with respect to the windshield, I want to find this angle. Okay, how will I find this angle? Now if this angle is beta, this angle will be also beta. This angle will be also beta. Why? This angle and this angle will be same. You call it as alternate angle. Correct? So if I consider these two lines over here and say that this angle is theta, then this angle will be also theta. We use the logic here as beta and beta. Or you can say vertically opposite angle, because this angle will be also beta. So this angle and this angle will be vertically opposite, so that angle will be also beta. And now if this angle is theta, what about here to here? From here to here, only this much part. If this angle is theta, then this angle will be your 90 minus theta. And this angle is beta. So how much is this angle now? How much is this angle now? From here to here, that angle will be equal to 90 minus theta plus beta. Okay, it's all geometry which we have to learn over here. So the angle which I am referring here is this one, 90 minus theta plus beta, and this is your windshield. Okay, your physics is done. The moment you found the value of theta, your physics was done. Now it's all geometry, the mathematical tricks which we have learned. Okay, moving ahead. Now it is not necessary that the wind will always fall vertically down. It may make some angle. What I am saying? Yeah, it is not necessary that rain will always fall vertically down. If there is a wind, let us say a storm is happening, simultaneously rain is also happening. So the wind, when it rains with wind in atmosphere, then it's slightly a different story. So let us say that this is how the rain rain in wind, say that it makes an angle. Where you would like to take the angle? So let us say with the vertical. Say that with the vertical it makes an angle of alpha. Okay, it makes an angle of alpha, and this is the velocity of the rain as seen by the ground observer. And this is the man, and the man is moving in this direction. The velocity of the man with respect to the ground. Let us say in east direction. Now, how you will start here? You have to first start here like this. You write velocity of the rain first, and you write velocity of the rain into its two components. What are the two components? The two component is, this one is the sine cos component. Sorry, this one is the cos component. So VR cos, and this is VR sine. So this will be your VR cos alpha I cap plus VR sine alpha minus j cap. Okay. So far so good. And you write then velocity of the man. Which direction? Velocity of the man is in the direction of I cap. And now you go to the formula. Velocity of the rain with respect to man. Just go step by step. Okay. Velocity of the rain with respect to man will be equal to velocity of the rain minus velocity of the man. And that is equal to velocity of VR cos alpha I cap plus velocity of the rain sine alpha minus j cap minus velocity of the man. Okay. First you take the I thing. So VR cos alpha. Now there is a I here, there is a I here. So nothing will change. Just put a minus Vm over here. This minus, put a bracket and put a I cap over here. Plus VR sine alpha minus j cap. And now it's time to draw the diagram over here. How will you draw the diagram? Now this one is VR cos alpha minus Vm I cap. So you draw this one as the I cap. This is your I cap. Then you draw VR sin alpha minus j cap. So this is your VR sin alpha minus j cap. So this is my x component, VR cos alpha minus Vm, and this one is your VR sin alpha minus j cap. Okay, so this is your resultant, and let us say the resultant makes an angle of beta. Remember, I am just drawing a freehand angle over here, but this angle and this angle will not be same. This is the resultant angle now, which will appear. Remember, the man is walking like this and the rain is coming from behind. It's coming from here. Okay. So it will be still like that, but a different angle. So what is the tan beta now? So if I have to find the value of tan beta will be equal to perpendicular, that is your VR sin alpha divided by VR cos alpha minus Vm. Correct? Okay. Now you might be wondering one thing, that even if the rain is coming like this, what if I run very fast? Good question. If I run very fast so that my VR cos alpha becomes lesser than my running speed. So when Vm becomes more, mark my word, when Vm becomes more than VR cos alpha, rather I will discuss a very interesting result with you here over here. So this is what we have got. Okay, now just remember here, let's take this as the final answer, and now see, let us see. So just think that for this one, your VR cos alpha is more than Vm. So the rain still appears to come from behind. Okay. Now what about this case? Suppose that, just imagine that if VR cos alpha becomes less than Vm. In that case, this term becomes negative. Am I right? When this becomes less and this becomes more, it becomes negative. So I can now write as this term will become negative, so I can write minus I cap. Okay? Or you can say Vm has become more, so I will write as Vm minus VR cos alpha minus I cap, because Vm has won the battle. Plus VR sine alpha minus jk. So when VR cos alpha becomes less, try to understand. If when this becomes less, this becomes more. Just imagine. If those who are finding difficulty to understand this, just imagine if this is 3 minus 7. What will you write? You will write minus 4? Yes or no? So you will write as minus 4 I cap. Correct? You will write minus 4 I cap. What I am writing? I am writing, and which I can further write as 4 minus I cap. Yes? Which I can further write as 4 minus I cap. Now what I am writing? I am writing in first hand only. I am not writing as 3 minus 7. I am writing as 7, this one, minus 3. And then I am right away putting this as minus I cap. The end result is same, 4 minus I cap. You got minus 4 I cap, which mathematically you can write as 4 minus I cap. I hope that makes the stand clear. Okay, so I will rub all these things. So in this case, this is minus I cap. So if it is minus I cap, my first vector will be in this direction, and then this one is j cap, so it will be in j cap. And look at here now, the ray appears to come from the front, and thus this angle is beta dash. And then again you can find the value of tan beta dash also by using the logic of perpendicular by base. This one is perpendicular and this one is base, and this one is VR sine alpha. Now what if they are exactly same? What if the VR cos alpha and VM are exactly same? If your VR cos alpha is equal to VM, then what will happen? Then this I component will become 0. So your VRM will become 0 plus VR sine alpha minus j cap. Now in that case, it has maintained in such a speed that it appears to fall vertically down. Okay? Then, though from the ground observer it is still coming like this, but the speed is in such a way that it appears to fall vertically down in this particular case. Okay? It has only one thing, and that is called VR sine alpha minus j cap. Okay?